everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Solstice Mind and Body, with me, Danny GT. The topic I want to talk about today is self-love. Self-love to me is so important, and it's only something that I've really kind of understood in the last year or so when I've been working on mindfulness and well-being and everything like that. So what this video aims to do is to share with you 5 ways in which I do self-love exercises for myself. So it's 5 ways to increase your self-love for yourself. The first thing really is, what is self-love? A lot of people might think that self-love is loving yourself in a vain way, and that's really not what it is at all. It's really about loving who you are, as you come. There isn't anything vain or egotistical about self-love. It really is a way to love who you are. The way I perceive self-love is just being able to love yourself and every part of yourself. That includes physical appearance, your mind as well. You know, if you have anxiety, depression, anything that may overreact your mind, sometimes you feel like your body is sabotaging you, or you don't love yourself because you're like, well, why am I having these negative thoughts all the time? The idea about self-love is being able to love yourself, again, in the physical appearance, but also loving inside, like what are you putting in your body, food, things like that, water, drinking lots of water. It's how we feel about ourselves when we look in the mirror, when we wake up in the morning, when we go to sleep at night. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about achieving your goals? Do you feel worthy? Our sense of worth is so important, and that really comes from loving ourselves as well. A lot of people, particularly on self-worth, may feel like they want to get their worth from other people, so gratitude and appreciation from other people, which is great. You know, that is amazing, it does make us feel better, but we really want that to come from ourselves. So to be like, I am grateful for myself, you know, I have done so well today. That is exactly what we want to work towards. So self-love for me is something that I have been working on for the past year. Again, I can't say I'm an expert at it, but it has changed the way that I think about myself and how I think about others. It really comes down to, if there's any RuPaul Drag Race fans out there, his famous quote is, if you can't love nobody, how in the hell are you going to love someone else? And that is so true when it comes to self-love. If you don't love yourself, how can you give that love back? Because how do you know what love feels like? So, and I always say to my friends, you know, my teammates at work, you have to look after number 1, and number 1 is you. So you have to give the best to number 1. You have to give all the love to number 1, all the care to number 1. You've got to give all those to yourself, and then you can give them to other people as well. So these are just some of the ways in which I look after myself. Some of these you probably do already, but I think the idea behind this video is how to do them mindfully. And by doing them mindfully brings us back to being in the moment again. So you're more present, you're more aware, and you connect with yourself more. A lot of these self-love exercises you would do on your own. If you are somebody that loves being around a lot of people, really extroverted, and you get your energy from other people, like myself, self-love and doing these exercises on my own has been difficult, because you really have to rely on you to do them in order for you to feel better and not rely on somebody else. But it's such a big way to grow in yourself and not become more independent, because a lot of extroverted people who get their energy from other people are very independent. But it's helped me understand myself more and understand what I want and I need, and that's what's leading me to a more mindful life. So the aim for this is to share with you that you could gain that as well, if that is what you're looking for. If not, if you feel like you have completely mastered self-love, I would love to hear what you do in the comments below. So please let me know what you do and what you do to love yourself each day. So moving on to the first exercise, this is one I actually learned from a book I read, which is called The Miracle of Self-Love. And I cannot remember the author off the top of my head, so I will just put it up here for you to see. I will also link it in the description box below. But that was an amazing book. It gave me so many exercises, and really the perception of how it teaches you how to perceive yourself in a different way. A lot of us tend to berate or doubt ourselves or criticize ourselves very quickly, more so than being like, well done, you did a great job, or I'm so proud of what I achieved today. So this book really helped me to implement small strategies, because they're only small exercises, and quotes. It obviously had a lot of quotes. So for affirmations, if you do affirmations, meditate, things like that, it was really helpful for that. But it really helped me to instill self-love and actually understand what self-love as well. So again, in this video, this is all my own thoughts, so you may have a different perception of self-love, and that is totally fine. The idea behind this is I'm not an expert in teaching you how to self-love. You know, my qualifications are in mindfulness and meditation, but I think it's nice for somebody to share an experience, just, you know, an everyday person, just what I do to increase my self-love. So for exercise number 1, which is in this book, one of the exercises that she said was to stand in front of a mirror. Now you can do it clothed or unclothed, it's up to you. And you stand in front of the mirror and you look at each of your body parts, face, eyes, shoulders, stomach. You know, I'm sure for a lot of women, especially myself out there, you look at your stomach and you're like, I want it to be flatter. But that's not the idea of this exercise. You look at each different body part and you say, thank you. You look so great. You know, looking at my shoulders, wow, I've got really good shoulders. That kind of attitude, you know, even down to your hands. I love my fingernails. So you talk to yourself as if you're complimenting somebody else, because you know how good it feels when somebody gives you a compliment. You know, you love it. You're like, oh, so they've noticed my hair today. But by doing it to yourself, that teaches you what you love about yourself. And even if you really don't believe it, the idea of saying it out loud, or thinking it if you don't feel comfortable saying it out loud, it's an affirmation. It instills that in us when you repeat it. So you can do this exercise as many times as you like. Do it at different occasions so you can see your body at different periods of the day. You know, when you wake up first thing in the morning, obviously your stomach's going to be a bit more flat because you haven't eaten food, but you should still love your body the same as first thing in the morning to last thing at night when you have a belly full of food. So going right down to the toes, feet. Say, I have great feet. I'm really happy with the feet I have. They are perfect for my body. These sorts of affirmations. And it is funny in the beginning because you are just talking to yourself. But personally, I'm quite comfortable talking to myself because that's how I actually release a lot of my thoughts. If no one's around, I'm just going to talk to myself. Anybody walking in would probably think I was crazy, but it works for me. So if it works for you, do it too. But also, if you don't feel comfortable talking out loud, do just say it in your head, but make sure that voice is really loud in your head. Don't let any other what if voice come in, or any other but voice. Any voice that kind of comes in and says, but that's not, it could be flatter. Well, no, actually, for stomach, for example, actually, no, I love my stomach the way it is. I love it. And you speak louder than that other voice in your head. Thank each part of your body. Each part of your body is keeping you alive every single day. Not just what's on the outside, but what's on the inside. You know, thank your digestive system for being able to digest the food you eat, all the good food you eat. You know, thank you to your teeth to be able to chew the food. So many different things that our bodies do for us, and we do take them for granted each day. So taking a moment for gratitude for ourselves is that actually my body is functioning perfectly for me, and it does what it needs for me, and your body does it for you too. So love yourself, just love yourself. But I know it's difficult. I know it's really, there is probably a stereotype with loving yourself, but we want to break that. We want to move away from that, because you can tell when somebody does love themselves in such a mindful way, because you want to be around them. You're like, wow, they're always so confident but not cocky. They're so happy, but it's not insincere. Like it's genuine, and we're attracted to those sorts of people. And by leading that lifestyle, we can have that too. Moving on to number 2 is similar to the first one, except for writing all the things you love about yourself. So in a previous video, I have talked about journaling, so I will link that below. That is a little bit different from what I'm talking about here, but the art of journaling is really helpful. So you want to list every single part of your body, that starting with the things that you really love. So for example, I really love my hair. It is a little bit at the minute, it's washed, it's freshly washed, because I come on to another self-love tip in a little while, which links into this. But I would write, I love my hair. You know, I love my hair. It's so long, it's brown, it's a lovely colour. Really write the details of what you love about it, not just I love my hair. Like, that's lovely that, you know, you love your hair, but write why. You know, it's long, it's curly, it's brown. I love the colour of it. It's so, I look after it so much. Those sorts of things. Another thing I love is my green eyes, because green is quite rare. So again, I would write, I love the fact that I have green eyes. So you want to write down what you love about you, not necessarily what other people have said about you. Like if somebody has said to you, you have lovely teeth, and you love them as well, and you genuinely do, write that down. That's really good. But the idea is that those things that people have said to you, where they've gone, I love you've got lovely hands, and you've gone, I actually don't really like my hands, write that down. Even if you don't like them, the idea is to write down what you love about your body, like genuinely, as well as what you don't like, because then you will affirm and come to believe that you do love that part of your body. So it's really important to write that as well. And once you've written that down, you can keep that in, you can rip that bit of paper up, you can put it on the fridge, you can put it next to your bed, so when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you see is what you love about yourself. You can put it on the ceiling if you want, so when you wake up in the morning, again, that's the first thing you're going to see. As you walk out the door to work, I've done an exercise with post-it notes before to help when I was really low, and I had post-it notes all around the house. So another thing you could do on the back of this is write on each post-it note, I love my hair, I love my eyes, you look great today, things like that, and just put them all around the house if you feel like you need a boost of positivity. I found that really worked. I actually had them up for probably 8 months. I had them up for a really long time, and then when I really felt like I was much better, I peeled them off. But I felt as I peeled them off, I was like, no, I am in a good place. It's not getting rid of it, and it's not removing it from me, it's just that I have accepted that it's instilled now. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. There might be a better way that you do it already. You might even get your phone and record your voice saying that you love the different parts of yourself, and then plug that in every morning. Listen to yourself telling yourself what you love about you. I love that exercise. I've heard that before, and I cannot remember from, I think I had it on a course I was doing, but yeah, I probably should have given that more time, because that is actually a really good method, that one. So number 3 we're moving on to is pamper yourself. Whether you are female, male, whoever you are, pampering yourself is always so good for your well-being and mental health. The reason why I was talking about my hair earlier is I have actually had a pamper session tonight, which is what led me to do this video tonight. So I've not been feeling myself these past few days, have been under the weather. So Sunday night, I'm going to have a pamper session. So lovely bath bombs, wash my hair, you know, have a soak with some candles, literally a whole ritual. I was putting on yoga music, so it was very relaxing, you know, binaural beats, things like that, and really took my time. You know, meditating in the bath is amazing as well, especially when you kind of submerge underwater, not completely keeping your face out, but it allows all your chakras to be submerged underwater as well. I will talk about chakras in another video as well. There are so many on YouTube already, so I'm sure if you search chakras, you will find out so much about them already. But having this bath, you know, I washed my hair. So my hair, although it is dry, it's a bit frizzy because that's just the way my hair goes. But I made sure to have a really good moisturize and cleanse on my hair, so using like argan oil after I get out, like a real ritual, you know. A hair mask when I was in, I've got this really lovely one from Superdrug. It is pink clay and pink clay and marshmallow, and it is amazing. It smells good, and it is cruelty free and vegan, which is all the stuff I buy anyway. So just by relaxing, doing that, having the candles on, low lights in there, just really coming into a state of relaxation. Then when I got out of the bath, I put on a lovely face mask as well, because my skin hasn't been feeling so great. So I make sure that today my routine was I cleansed with some face cleanser from Superdrug again. I literally get all my stuff from Superdrug, own brand, because as I said, it's cruelty free and vegan, and put one of their face masks on. And that one was rose and dragon's blood. It was a clay. It was lovely. It was so nice. It smelled amazing. I love dragon's blood incense, so having it in a face mask was just an absolute dream. Those sorts of things, you know, cut my nails, you know, literally all the things that you want to do to your body to make you feel good. And whilst I do all of that, I put on like mindfulness, like mindful music, binaural beats. You know, there's many playlists on Spotify. You can get them up on YouTube, Apple Music, all those sorts of apps, and just search for pre-made playlists, yoga instrumentals, meditation instrumentals, so many different things. You may have your own pamper routine as it is already. You may do it regularly. If you only do it once a month, I highly recommend upping that and doing it so much more, because you just feel so good in yourself. It's just so nice to kind of like have, right, I'm gonna have this evening, I'm gonna pamper. So I had my pamper evening and now I've decided to film, so that's why I'm feeling really like calm and quite happy now. 4.4, this is a very simple one, but it is giving yourself a hug. Literally, it's as simple as that. There's really not much more I can say on this point other than literally just slowing down and going, do you know what, well done. Well done, Danny, you've done amazing today. And just literally wrap your arms around you, get a nice shoulder stretch as well. But give yourself a hug. You have made it through the day, you've made it through another day, you have smashed it, you know, and everybody loves a hug. Like, if you feel uncomfortable hugging yourself, ask for a hug from somebody you love. The art of hugging is just so good for us. It releases endorphins, it relaxes us. But by hugging yourself, it's showing that self-love to you. You know, I love myself, so I am going to hug myself. So that's that one. So go and give yourself a big hug. And the last tip for this vlog, which is number 5, is dancing. Dancing is so good for us. Whether you enjoy dancing in public or not, just dance in the comfort of your own home when nobody's watching. You know, maybe your housemate or other half is out because you maybe don't feel comfortable doing it in front of them, but the moment you get it, dance. It makes us feel so good. And when you feel good, you're more likely to love more things about you. When we feel down, sad, that's when we self-sabotage and criticize ourselves. So a really quick and easy way to make you feel happy is 100% dancing. Put your favorite tune on, whether that's on your speakers or on your headphones or your earphones on your phone, and just move. People say that they can't dance. Everyone can dance, everyone can move to a beat that they love. So get up and do it. Just do it. It will make you feel so good. I highly recommend just dancing and having a good time. So these are my 5 exercises for self-love that I do. I hope that these have helped you. I hope that you do them already. If you don't, give them a try, see how you get on. Is there something else you do as well? I'd love to hear what you guys do. So please let me know in the comments below. But the main point from this video is that I just would love for you to love yourself more, because you 100% deserve to love yourself and you deserve to be happy. So anything you can do to bring that, do it. Just go ahead and do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I would be so grateful if you could like, comment or subscribe, because it does help enable me to release more content in the future. I love producing these sorts of videos, but I just want to share my knowledge and experiences with everybody. I hope you have a really good day. Thank you again. Namaste.